Hi.
Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to read the part 2 of Jeff the Killer Creepypasta number 3.
Yes.
So, let's go. Those your bikes? One of the boys asked as Jeff and Leo entered the summer heat.
Yeah, why are you riding them? Leo asked sharply.
We just saw them there, man. Relax. Figured someone just left them out for us. The same boy responded as his two friends joined him on either side.
Jeff, determined to make a good start here, tried to change the course of his confirmation.
Well, they're ours. We just moved here about a week ago. We live over on Fairmont Avenue, a few blocks from here. We were just checking out the neighborhood. Jeff hoped that civil tone could turn things around, but he could tell by the insolent look on the kid's face that this was a difficult gamble.
Good for you. You moved somewhere, the fat kid remarked.
Oh yeah, Troy, the first boy spoke. They moved into that piece of house with the gravel driveway. I was wondering who would move into that place.
Well, Randy, now we know. The big kid, apparently named Troy, replied.
Jeff, still trying to salvage the conversation, tried peacefully banter one more time. Okay, so you're Troy and you're Randy. Well, I'm Jeff, and this is my brother Leo. We just moved here from New Orleans.
You ain't in New Orleans now, the third boy, who just now decided to speak, remarked.
Yeah, and who'd said you could call us by our names? Randy asked, that insolent privileged smile never leaving his face.
Jeff smiled and responded to Randy, well, I guess I could have called you a asshole, but I figure out I will give you to the benefit of the doubt.
In that moment, a flare of rage replaced the smirk that had rested on Randy's face throughout this entire exchange. The other two boys, Troy and the still unknown third member of this band, seemed to be momentarily stuck silent. Perhaps they weren't used to being stood up to.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that language too adult for you? Jeff asked. And you, quiet boy. We know this isn't New Orleans, Jeff stated to the slim kid that had reminded him of his geographical locations. Because if this was New Orleans, you three would already have gotten your asses kicked for touching someone else's shit.
The slim kid looked back and forth at his two friends. However, Randy, clearly the leader, seemed to know what to say. Keith, you gonna let this little talk to you like that?
Jeff knew his part, and while he wanted quite badly to suck Randy and his pals around, a real concern suddenly invaded his mind. If he and Leo got into a fight on their first week in his new neighborhood, their parents would freak. He could practically hear it now, and while things had been far from perfect in their home, even after the move, there was a peace that had fallen over the family, and Jeff, fighting his urges, decided to do his best to keep it.
Jeff looked over the three, very well dressed, very privileged looking suburban kids before them, and dismissed them. You guys are boring. Come on, Leo. Let them continue the playdates without us.
Leo laughed at that and followed behind his brother towards the bikes. However, Randy had none of that. They moved to block Jeff and his brother once again.
Where are you going, Randy asked, shoving Jeff. Jeff could tell that shove was no real conviction. Randy was trying to figure it out, seeing where his buttons were. He'd push harder eventually, but Jeff swallowed the slowly building anger within him once more.
Leo took a bit more expectation to the show.
We're going to your mom's house. Me and my brother saved up a couple dollars from doing chores, and we hear she doesn't charge much.
As the words left Leo's mouth, Randy appeared to only register a small portion of it all. Randy Hayden had grown up in Mendelsville. His father was a partner at a local firm that made a lot of money, something else that Jeff would soon come to learn. Randy and his friends, while the same age as Jeff, had grown up in very different ja, nu är det där ordet igen.
Circumstances.
They were used to being listened to. They were used to being feared.
In fact, Randy, the target of the insult, just stood there. It was actually Troy, the fat kid, who stepped forward. Fist-bowed eyes squinted in anger.
Who you talking to? Troy shouted, and took a wild swing at Leo.
Leo, who was both in better shape and had sparred with Jeff a time or two during his time spent boxing, was able to avoid the punch, but just barely. He had been all it, may have once again ended there. Troy was clearly taken by surprise at Leo's speed, and actually didn't attempt another punch. However, these were bullies, kids that ran in a pack for a reason. The skinny one, Keith, stepped around and threw a punch that connected with the left side of Leo's face.
Look at the time. 6.
Yeah, and that was part 2 of Jeff the Killer, Creepypasta number 3. So we'll come up with the third part soon. But
Yes.
this is it for this video. Bye!
Bye.